Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and a very good afternoon to you. We're coming live from the Bullion Room at Gold Reef City Casino and Theme Park here in the center of Johannesburg. We are now down to the last 4 matches of our last 16 knockouts, and let's see who will book their place in the quarterfinals to take place tomorrow on Saturday here at the Bullion Room at Gold Reef City. And if you are around town, please make your way to Gold Reef City and come enjoy some spectacular snooker. Entrance is free. This evening we have another match at 7 o'clock, 2 matches. Please come through and enjoy some good snooker. On table 1 we have, the scores haven't been updated, but we do have Mr. Rafiq Lambada from Central Gauteng up against Munir Kassem from Gauteng North. These two gentlemen have played each other on numerous occasions, being from the same province in Gauteng. Very good mates as well. So we're in for an absolute treat. This match between Munir Kassem and Rafiq Lambada is also coach versus coach. Both gentlemen are qualified coaches and recently were WPBSA accredited coaches as well. Rafiq being the national head coach for snooker and billiards South Africa, and Munir has also many years of coaching experience under his belt. So coaching aside, let's see the playing ability on the table. Munir gets off the mark by potting his first red and taking a very tricky black. He should be potting it, and he pots it very confidently, making his intentions very clear early on in this match. Ooh, unexpected miss by Munir. He missed that by quite a bit, and handing the table over to Rafiq. And Rafiq is a phenomenal potter, one of the most prolific potters in this country at the moment. Like all games, I suppose players a bit of nerves early on in the first few shots of the game, and then you just need a bit of time to settle in. And I'm sure once they settled in, we're going to see some good breaks this afternoon. Apologies for the scoreboard. I see it's not updated at the moment, and I'm sure our technical guys are working on that, and we should have the live scoring up pretty soon. Munir drawing first blood. He now takes his break to 8. Good pot on the black. Unfortunately, he didn't draw the white ball back hard enough to come off the side rail and give him a good position on the red. He will go for dip on this. No, he wouldn't. Didn't get position and opted for a safety play instead. That may have looked like a miss by Rafiq, but it was a strategic play, trying to get the white ball tight onto side rail and playing Munir safe. He had no intention of going for the pot. Munir returned with a good safety as well. Rafiq, being our head coach of South African Confederation of Q Sports as well, of that of Snooker and Billiard South Africa, he also has branded his own Q Wax products called Ultimate Q Wax and other coaching paraphernalia that he has for sale, and he has marketed, and he uses it in his coaching. So you can follow Rafiq on Rafiq Lambada on Facebook. Munir seems very confident on these tight pockets and slotting the balls in with ease. But just breaking down on the third shot, trying to get position. Good pot on the green. He needs to just do a soft roll on this red into the center pocket, unless he's going to try and hold for the blue. Right, that's it, and down to the black. He may just have laid a bit too straight on the black. He possibly would want to lay just a tad higher for position on the next red. He's going to have a full go at it. And a fantastic putt. Munir comes out firing here, and he's a man on a mission. I think he realizes he needs to draw first blood, and when he's in, he's got to make it count, and he's doing exceptionally well. And potting with ease. Munir on a tricky blue. He'll do a soft roll into that corner pocket. Has he got the line correct? And you can see just how tight those pockets are. Just a few centimeters off, or less than a centimeter, and you're going to miss the pot. Rafiq playing an unusual shot there. He played top white on that red, and the white follows through in the direction the angle at which he hit the red ball, and it was a rather obvious in-off on the white. Quite surprised by the shot he had played, but I'm sure he'll get going pretty soon. Goes for safety. Rafiq seems to be struggling with the pace of this table. His white ball should have been flush against that bulk rail, and he gets it almost halfway down the table. And in contrast, Munir's safety gets the white below the bulk line or behind the bulk line, and that's where you effectively want to be, preferably stuck on that bulk cushion. Let's see if he gets the pace correct here. That was a very, very high-risk shot that Rafiq played. I don't think he intended for the red to go toward that corner pocket, and could have easily dropped the blue, which would have resulted in a 5-point penalty. And Munir falls for the trap, goes into the pack, and cannons into the blue, resulting in a 5-point penalty, and surrenders the table over to Rafiq. And Rafiq needs to get going here. He needs to get some score onto the scoreboard, and it's a lovely opening red. He lays high on the blue, which enables him to pot this blue and get back into the reds. Uncharacteristic miss by Rafiq. He found himself in with a glorious opportunity and missed very academic red ball into the center. Welcome to Central Gauteng Snooker Association members. I see a lot of the CJC boys online, very interested in this match. Rafiq also is the club captain at the Wanderers Club, and he's got a lot of support from the Central boys. Mr. Elton Abrams online watching this game as well. Welcome. Please be patient with us as we'll get our scoring up soon. Kremlin's in the system. Wow, Rafiq takes on a long blue. That should give him a lot of confidence going in now. Rafiq potting a good ball, however, not getting a desired position. He concentrated too much on the pot and left his white ball in a very awkward position. And just saying this, as I alluded to early on, look at that monster of a blue into the top right-hand corner pocket. He's now, I think, settled down and is going to really take this match to Munir. Good pot again. Let's see if we can repeat a long blue, and that would be something. And this one is dead straight, which makes it a lot more difficult than the previous one. Not the easiest of pot, and has left Munir up on the red there. Welcome Central Gauteng guys. Few shout outs to Diren Gounder, Segra Naidu, also on the stream. Welcome, boys. Our ref for this match is Mr. Stefan Steenkamp from Citibank. It's a bit of a tighty affair, a bit of a cagey affair. I think Munir still has a lead on Rafiq. And Rafiq with a very tricky shot. He will go for the pot here. Don't think much of a choice. Drawback on the white ball. Will he fluke this? No, he doesn't, but leaves Munir with a safe shot with the cue ball against the side rail, and that's one of the more difficult shots to play when your cue ball is against the rail, because you can't see much and you're just forced to hit the top of the white ball, and so you can't get the side spin that you require when potting a ball. Munir will go straight through on that, and a fantastic pot by Munir Kesem. He seems to be up for this challenge. Munir opts for the brown ball and stops the white. Fantastic shot. He's got a red up. He should be caressing this red into the bottom left-hand corner pocket and just try and hold for the yellow pink. He does that. Oh, and that's it. The pockets are unforgiving. You need to be so perfect and accurate in your potting. These are steel block cushion tables, world standard, and these pockets are very tight. Rafiq plays a fantastic blue ball, gets his white in and out of bulk. You can see the speed of this cloth, and what a fantastic shot. Lays straight on the next red. Unfortunately, he's a bit too straight. He's gonna have to demonstrate some good cue power to get that white into a position where he can get on a color. He's gonna opt for deep screw, and that would always be the result. When you try to put a bit of pace and potting into these corner pockets, they don't take very easily. You've got to be so accurate. Munir will waste no time in slotting this ball in and finishing off this frame. He'll get a beautiful white ball. Runs a bit too much, but I think still a good position for the pink to get his white ball up to the yellow. And he misses the pink. For the viewers out there, once all the red balls have been potted, you've got to pot the colors in a particular sequence. It goes from the yellow, then the green, brown, blue, pink and black, and the values of those colors are in ascending order, from the yellow being 2, green 3, brown 4, blue 5 points, pink 6 and the black 7 points. So Rafiq has to pot from the yellow to the green, brown, blue, pink and black. He opts for safety, and I think he's managed to do that. He snookered Munir. Not a very difficult escape for Munir. He should come out of this with ease. And it's not only coming out of a snooker. Players want to come out of a snooker without leaving the object ball on. In this case, the yellow being the ball on. He wants to get the yellow into a safe position, and I think he's done very well with that. Rafiq going for another safety shot. I wonder if Rafiq may require snookers at this stage. I haven't been keeping a manual tab of the scores, but I suspect he may be more than 27 points behind. With all the colors remaining on the table, the value of the points available to Rafiq now is 27. What a fantastic shot by Rafiq. He pots the yellow and develops the green into a potable position, and if we guess that he doesn't require snookers, he could quite easily clear this table. Another fantastic shot. He wants that white ball. Beautiful position. It may seem a bit straight, but he wants the angle to get back to the blue. Soft roll, and I can see the disappointment in his face. He puts his hand up. Gentlemanly conduct. He fluke snookered Munir. He obviously went for the pot, and the white ball ended up in the snookering position, and he apologized for that. Not a requirement of the game to apologize, but that is just good gentlemanly conduct from players. It's somewhat expected, an unwritten rule within the game of snooker. Will he fluke this ball? It's going quite close to the pocket and just catches the jaw. And I think Munir will certainly seize this opportunity and put this frame to bed. Munir potting the brown ball, and I'm hoping that our technicians can get the scoring up as soon as possible, because we'd like to know the nature of this game in respect of scoring. Snooker works on points, so we need to know how far ahead Munir is. I think he's ahead. I think Rafiq is behind, and I think Rafiq may require snooker. Because Munir just rolled it blue into the pocket. He wouldn't mind Rafiq potting it if Rafiq requires snookers. It becomes a little bit more difficult to get a snooker with only two balls on the table, and Rafiq grinning and smiling at the shot he just played, because it was not a very good shot by his standards. And Munir misses an absolute sitter. Rafiq seems like he's going for the spot. That would mean that I don't know. He smiled at that. I would have thought that he required snookers. We'll wait for our scoring to get up and give us more clarity on what just happened. But I don't believe that Rafiq intended to pot that pink. While we're waiting for our referee to rack for the next frame, we want to take this opportunity to thank our sponsors, namely Gold Reef City, our main sponsor. We have a total prize fund of 250,000 Rand. That's up for grabs. And we'd like to thank them for the Bullion Room, a fantastic venue, and the setup of that venue was taken care of by Basil and Company and Q Masters team for the setup as well, and not forgetting our drink sponsor My Day's Brands, and they make a range of natural flavored orange, lychee, mango and all types of fruit juices. Thank you My Day for keeping the players hydrated. And we're coming to you live courtesy of our streaming partner 360 Sport. For further inquiries of how to get involved with Pro Snooker here in South Africa, they are under the auspices of Snooker and Billiards South Africa. Please log on to the Pro Snooker Facebook page and you can make inquiries and get into contact with some of our clubs that are in your area, where you can engage and start playing league and getting involved in snooker. Oh, Rafiq potting the opening red effortlessly. The two gentlemen, Rafiq Lambada and Munir Kesam, no strangers to this game. They both have been playing it for many, many years, 30 years plus. And both of them have, on multiple occasions, achieved their Protea colors and represented South Africa in international events. So, two very accomplished players. Both of them have multiple SA titles to their name as well. And Munir Kesam in his younger day also played a pro circuit in the UK. So he's been around for a while. Let's see if Rafiq can conjure up a little break here. He's got to go into this reds. Great pot on the black, did he? He deserves some good fortune. That was a good drawback on the white to get back into the pack to develop reds. I think he has one to the right center pocket. He's got to just be careful on position. Pots that with ease, and the blue and pink are in line. I don't think he can get either one of them. Naturally, he won't get them potted into center pocket. He has to opt for yellow to continue with the break. And misses it by some distance. Yeah, Rafiq hands the table over to Munir. Munir making no mistake by starting his break off, slotting the first red into the center pocket. He's on the brown. The brown is a bit too straight for him to get position, taking on a lot more challenging pink into the corner pocket. And he pots it with absolute ease. And on the next red, the pink will spot just below the red. And that takes a lot of confidence to pot a pink like that and continue the break. And Munir seems to be the more confident of the two players. He laid nicely, a little bit high on that blue. So he's now on the blue ball, and he's got the right angle to get back to a red. I'm unsure which red he had played for. He seems to... I wonder if the red below the black goes. And it does, and it was a very difficult shot, and Munir's potting with ease. He has the pink to the right corner pocket. Here's the blue into the right center pocket, and he is to come in out of bulk, but he would opt for the pink, but he would sacrifice a bit of position here, and he misses the pink. Yeah. It was a pot to nothing. Even if he had potted it, he'd find himself in a spot of bother without position on the next red. And with this game, you have to control that white ball. It's all about controlling the white ball and getting the position on the next ball on. Terrific. Finally getting the pace of the table, getting his white as close as possible to that bulk cushion. And that's where you need to be when you're playing a safe shot. You don't want your opponent to aim at a full white ball where he's able to play a bottom or side spin. He's now forced just to hit the top side of the white, left or right or even center. And Munir flukes a spectacular red into the bottom right-hand pocket, raises his hand as a gesture of apology. And fortunately for Rafiq, it won't be a costly fluke, because he doesn't have a color on. So that was a touching ball on the blue. And when you have a touching ball, you nominate the ball as touching, and then you can hit away. Yes, thank you to our technical team. Our scoring points are back up. The scoring system is back up, and I was quite right in the first frame where Rafiq potted the pink ball, and I'm sure he required snookers because he then conceded the frame by potting the pink ball. So Munir takes a lead at 1-0. Rafiq 7 points ahead in the second frame. This match is a best of 9 frames. The first player to reach 5 will win this matchup. We also have, and Munir trying a safety, sneaking the pink, and that would be a foul, 6 points. I wonder if Rafiq will opt for a miss. If a player does not hit the ball on, he has an option to play from where the white comes to a rest, or request that the ref replace the balls and call a foul and a miss. Or the ref would call a foul and a miss, and the offending player would have to play from the original position from where he had missed the ball on. So first to 5 wins, but we do also have a time limit on this match, which is 2.5 hours. Whoever is ahead on frames when time is called will be declared the winner of this match. I am surprised at the placement of this replacement of the ball, because Munir tried to hit the red past the pink, and now I don't believe he can even see that red. I don't blame the referees. They need sharp eyes, and trying to replace all the balls in its original position is not always easy without the assistance of a replay of video footage, and they don't have that at their disposal. Rafiq attempting a safety shot. Unfortunately, a red ball has gone up into bulk, and Munir will certainly go for the spot, and if he misses it, it won't be too damaging. Probably go for the safety, perhaps playing it safe, and an excellent safety, getting his white here again tight on that bulk rail. But an easy escape for Rafiq, clip the red in this line of 3. Oh, he took the first one. Would he fluke this ball? And no such luck. Oh, yes, he does. He does. So this left hand, the right hand bottom pocket seems to be a lucky pocket. And he slots that pink in. And unlike Munir's fluke, Rafiq's fluke could prove costly for Munir. But it's part of the game, isn't it? Flukes count. Oh, Rafiq. Those 3 reds in the line seems like they can't go. And Rafiq opted for the one on the rail, and he executed with absolute perfection. He has a choice now of the black or the pink. He's opting for the black. He needs to get on the red above the one against the cushion, and he does that perfectly. So he takes his break to 15. Takes a 28-point lead in this second frame, looking to level matters at 1 each. Rafiq with the pot on the red, but seemed to have lost his white a bit. And doesn't have a ball on, opting for a safety. But I didn't think he executed it very well. Munir can see the red to the left of the screen. He will fine cut it and get the white behind the brown perhaps. Quite an acute angle. And he does exceptionally well. White ball again, tight on that bulk rail. But he's left Rafiq up with the red at this pocket, and Rafiq slots it in, a kiss on the pink. I wonder if this black, I think the black does go into this left corner pocket, and it's an easy roll in for Rafiq. Rafiq now in a commanding position in this frame, and as I just say that, he misses an absolute sitter. He must be very, very disappointed in himself. He could have sealed the frame at that visit. And how often have we seen that snooker players, we always take our eye off the ball on the easier pots. And those are the ones we need to take our time on. Oh, Munir playing an excellent safety, fine cut on that red to get the white ball up the table. Rafiq would have to return a safety with a fine cut on this red. He does that with absolute precision. And there will be an exchange of safety now. Does Munir get fortune? A kiss on the blue. Rafiq should opt for safety. Fine cut on the left hand side of this here, and he misses the red. And that happens when you just want to make the faintest of touches to that red, and he's missed it. It's a foul, and it's not a miss. The balls were not replaced. Munir requested that Rafiq plays from where the white ball has come to rest. And I think Rafiq had gotten away with this. I don't think Munir can see the red behind the pink. He'll have to go for a safety with the red in line with the black and try and get the white ball back into bulk behind the brown. It needs to play a trace of side. And it does very well. Rafiq will go for this. He has nothing to lose. He will go for the red below, closest to the rail. He goes for the top one. Misses this. Is this going to be costly for him? It may just be. The only ball that's hindered in any way or form is a yellow ball on the side rail. So Munir has 3 reds to get a nice break going. Plays that perfectly, draws the cue ball on the black rail to widen the angle and give him perfect position on the black. It may just be too low, but it doesn't matter. He's got another red in bulk. He may just have to hold. What a beautiful shot that Munir has played. Screwed on that ball to give him this red. And I would have expected Munir to have potted that ping ball to reduce the deficit, but now handed over, I think, effectively this frame to Rafiq. Rafiq 24 with the red, possibly now 25 points up. Just needs this black, and Munir would require snookers, and that's it. Only 27 available on the table, and Rafiq extends his lead to 32 points. That means Munir would require snooker if he is to win this frame. Rafiq didn't get the safety here. He may be in a spot of bother. Very easy snooker. Munir's just got to play a stop shot on this yellow. Small roll, there we go, and he's got him behind the brown. A very simple shot. An easy come out for Rafiq. He's not too perturbed about that. 32 points. A foul is 4 points, unless Rafiq is snookered and hits one of the high value colors. High value colors being the blue, pink, and black. Munir would require 2 snookers. Rafiq opting for a swerve shot around, and he swerves with absolute perfection and hits the ball on. And I think Munir is going to need a tighter snooker than what he's just put Rafiq into. And that's not a good one at all. Or has he run a bit far? No. Rafiq will have a dip at this. He wants this frame to end. He pots it with ease. And he slots the green in onto the brown. It's just Munir will not return to the table. The match is over, or the frame is over rather, and Rafiq would level matters at 1 each. And there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. We've got a match on. Rafiq has just got a frame on the board, leveling matters at 1 each. So your guess is as good as mine. Who would progress into the quarterfinals? At this stage, I think it's very difficult to call. Munir is queuing very well, just running out of position at crucial stages. Rafiq, on the other hand, had a slow start in the first frame and the beginning of the second frame, and seems to have found his momentum to the latter part of this last frame. So he would feel confident going into the third frame. And when Rafiq walks and literally runs around the table oozing with confidence, He's very, very dangerous, and he doesn't miss many balls when he's in that kind of mood. While we're getting ready for our break off in the third frame, once again thanks to our sponsors here at Gold City. If you're in the area, make your way to the bullion room and treat yourself to some world-class snooker and world-class conditions. Munir wasn't too happy initially with that safety shot he had played, but I think he got a bit fortunate. Rafiq would go for the spot to the left pocket. If he slots that in, that would give him lots of confidence. Should be opting for safety here, but may just have a dip at the yellow, nothing much on. Wow, and with a phenomenal fluke into the left corner pocket. Apologizes for that. He hit that with a very pacey shot. I'm very surprised with Rafiq, and yeah, I think with anything there's confidence, and there he plays a very uncharacteristic shot. There's confidence and there's overconfidence, and Rafiq may be walking a tightrope between the two now. Munir slotting that black ball in. He needed to dig a lot deeper into that white and get the backspin to get back into the pack to dislodge a few more reds. He's got one on the side rail. He'll fancy his chances taken. He should pot in and get the white on the other side of the black. I wonder if he actually tried to hold it, and that was not possible. He should have hit it a bit harder to get on the other side. He still has the black to the left center pocket. He's gone a bit wide. Is he turning? No, it isn't. He's gone a lot wide. I think he expected the nap to pull a bit, but it's not going to pull as much as that with that line. Munir playing a fantastic safety, leaving the white on the ball cushion. Rafiq, oozing with confidence, will take a dip with his red. Wow, and that is a confident player. That was a fantastic pot. He's got options available to him. He's got the black and the pink hanging over both center bags, either of the center pockets. He needs to slot one in, and look at that amount of topspin that Rafiq put on there to get the white back towards the red. He may just have overdone it because he had the red above the pink spot that goes into the center pocket. He'll have to opt for safety here. Well, he doesn't. He goes for the pot, and Rafiq's got to be careful. He's got to, like they say, he's got to know when to hold them, and he's got to know when to fold them. He's got to know when to take shots on and when to opt for safeties, because Munir is quite capable of punishing him, and we see it right now. Rafiq went for a high-risk pot, missed it, and left Munir up, and Munir, unfortunately, not taking advantage of that opportunity. I am very surprised that it missed that shot. We did see his arm move outwards after the stroke, which means that Munir is not really very steady on that shot. It's got a bit of movement. Your body, your head needs to be dead still when striking that white ball, and even after you have struck the white, you need to stay down in that position so there's no movement, allowing the cue to follow straight through and not hitting across the white ball. There's Munir. He's got a bit of a twitch on his cueing arm after he's made contact. He needs to sort that out. That happens when his cue arm swings out that way. It means that Munir is hitting across the white ball. He's not cueing straight. Rafiq spots the pink spots. He's now going left-handed on Munir. He's quite a good potter with his left hand. Taking on a very difficult black. Pots it brilliantly. And Munir has got to be careful. He's allowing the momentum to pass over to Rafiq, and as I've said before, and when Rafiq has a bit of confidence, he doesn't miss many, and there's an example of that. He just goes down and slots them in. And as I said that, he went down and misses one. Very uncharacteristic of Rafiq. Now Munir is in with a lovely shout here. And it's payback time for Munir. Rafiq currently only 10 points ahead in this frame. Munir looking to reduce deficit and take a lead in this frame. Beautiful stroke. Finds himself with great position on the pink. Makes no mistake. You would see Munir's cue arm now is a lot more steadier than we've seen in the previous two shots of his. He's very steady. His cue arm is not been swayed outwards, and that is a fantastic pot as well. Has he overcut that? Oh, he had, but he got the pace absolutely perfect, allowing the slide of the cushion to take the black ball, and he's eroded Rafiq's lead and has taken the lead now. And there we see it again. You notice Munir's cue arm, he's got that nudge, and that resulted in him in missing that red once again. And when he's dead straight, he doesn't miss it, and he's got to be conscious of that now. Not much in it. Rafiq is only 5 points behind with the remaining reds on the table. There's a maximum points available of 58 points. If there's Munir with that cue arm going sideways again, I wonder if he's conscious about it. He needs to address the white ball and stand straight behind it, not to get that movement. Yeah, well, in order to avoid the movement of that cue arm. Not much options as far as the reds are concerned for Munir. Would he pot it? He's got to go for this green or brown. He goes for the brown. Tries to dislodge one of those reds against the side rail. A valiant effort. Pretty close to that red. He may just have a dip at this red on the cushion. If it's flush on the cushion, it would be easier for that red to drop. Small nudge, and he pots it very well. And Rafiq, having the ascendancy in this frame, has missed a few pots and maybe a bit too confident in his approach. Munir extends his lead now to 18 points. There's still 43 points remaining on this table. What a fantastic safety. Munir snookered Rafiq. Not a very difficult snooker, but it's all about where this red ball ends up. Would he leave Munir up? It's a pretty decent escape. Munir with a fine cut on that red, and these tables are quite quick, and he's left Rafiq with a chance here. Good smooth cueing. Gets onto the blue. He needs to be a bit low. I think he managed that. He's got a natural angle to the red in bulk. I have no idea what he went through his mind. He underhit that by some distance. Attempting the safety and gets a double kiss on the red, and those are the chances you can't let go. You can't. You got to take those chances. That red should not be on the table. Rafiq should have cleared the table and gone 2-1 up, but is that chance gonna begging for Rafiq, and it's gonna prove costly to him? We'll have to wait and see. The Rafiq going for a half-hearted pot into that center pocket. I think you need to be fully committed, and now Munir's back at the table with the easy pot on the red. He's going to lay for the bulk colors, and he's going to chip away. And he may seal it at this visit, really. He should be. After potting the yellow will go back on the spot on the left-hand side of your screen of that semicircle. And the green does pass to that corner pocket. Munir extending his lead to 17 points. He needs the green. There are 25 points still available on this table. Munir now 20 points ahead with 22 remaining on the table. He needs this brown and that would mean snookers would be required by Rafiq to get back into this frame. So effectively the brown ball is the frame ball. And Munir just making a bird of it as we speak. He could have played it a bit more aggressively to get into the blue, but he had a bit of squiz at the scoreboard and realizes no need to be too aggressive. He just needs the brown ball to put this game out of reach for Rafiq. Rafiq now would require 2 snookers and concedes the frame. So Rafiq would be sitting in his chair and just pondering and trying to figure out what went wrong. He started off this third frame like a house on fire, by far the more clinical potter at times, but allowed Munir back in the frame, and Munir made no mistake, potted quite a few brilliant balls and clinched the third frame to lead 2-1 in this last 16 matchup. On the other table we have Adil Ahmed and Aiden Joseph going head to head. Aiden Joseph 2-0 up and very tight in the third frame. It's only blue, pink and black left on the table. And my fellow commentator, Mr. Ashraf Haribai from Cape Town, one of our seeded players in the Pro Snooker event. Munir gets us underway in this fourth frame, and he leads 2-1 against Rafiq Lambada. Rafiq, known as the Dragon in snooker circles, started spitting fire. I hope he hasn't run out of gas. I think Munir contemplating that pot into the center pocket, and not an easy one, and he catches the outside jaw, but a calculated risk, not leaving much on for Rafiq. So sometimes players would go for shots knowing that if they miss there won't be much on, and as I said, that I didn't see that that red on top of the black was potable, and even if it was, required an excellent pot by Rafiq. And here he starts off again, and the Dragon is starting to spit fire. I just want to know how much fuel he has left in his tank to sustain this fire. Striking the ball very cleanly in that instance may just have been too sweet. Can he see that red onto the right hand pocket, center pocket? I think he's just snookered. He's opting for the corner pocket, and Rafiq gets going for the first 3-4 shots and seems to lose position. And if he can just maintain his thought process and just settle down a bit, he can string a break together. But he's just breaking down after potting 3 or 4 balls, and then he loses his white. If he doesn't lose his white, he then misses, and a simple pot, comparatively speaking, to the balls he pots earlier in the break. There again, that's the first ball, phenomenal pot. Beautiful position on the blue. Let's see if he can string 5 or 6 balls together. Goes for it again, tries to just go into the pack, misses the pack and hits a solitary red. And here's yet another example. Pots a fantastic red, gets onto the blue and loses position. He's not continuing with his break. Munir will go for safety, and there's that arm movement again, hitting across the white. And that's why he didn't get the desired effect on that white and getting the white in a safe position. He left Rafiq up here. And Rafiq misses it. He needs to settle down. If he doesn't, Munir is a prolific potter as well. He will chip away quietly and confidently, and Rafiq will find himself 3-1 down in this match. Very unconventional shot from Munir. Does he flick it into the left center pocket? He doesn't. He went for a plant. I think he went for it thinking that if he misses it, he won't leave much up, but he's left Rafiq up. A very odd selection of shots by Munir. He's been very mature and very good in his thinking, and Rafiq here again just recklessly going for that black, missing it, not getting position, finds himself stuck in the reds even if he had potted it. He needs to settle down. Munir going for the cutting angle. He seemed to have undercut that red. Now the red spread out the way it is. The black is available, pink is available. I mean, all the colors are available. There's at least, while all the reds are available, they aren't hindered in any way. Rafiq should be making a sizable break here. He needs to control this white on the string. He's playing for the black. Very odd shot to play for. You need pinpoint accuracy on your first shot. And I'm afraid if he doesn't pot this pink, fantastic pink. And once you run out of position on your first shot, very, very difficult to get back into position. And Rafiq now pots a difficult pink, runs out of position, and that's what he's done the entire match. Now he's left a red ball over the bag for Munir. That's something you never do. Munir needs a nudge on that black to push it towards the pocket. Unfortunately, he didn't get it. I don't think that black goes through the cushion. Munir will go for the pink. Cut back on this pink. Not an easy shot. Doesn't get hold of it. And where's his white ball going? Safe. He undercut that pink. Well, a bit of argy-bargy, scratchy stuff going on here. Rafiq has me absolutely stunned at his choice of shots, and not in a good way. He's making a few very, very bad decisions. He seems to be frustrated with himself. I don't think Munir can see this yellow ball, and he's stuck against the blue. He squandered an opportunity here. He may be forced to take the black with a fine cut. If he misses, he'll get the white back into bulk. But he plays it with a very soft touch. I think both players now are surprising me with their choice of shots. They both had 2 opportunities each, and they haven't scored. Rafiq potting 2 balls and Munir only 1. Well, Rafiq has potted his 2nd ball in succession. Can he get 3 in a row? He's got 3. Gets his break up to 7. Pulls out a left-handed shot. .14 break, 4 balls in a row. Don't think he's potted 5 in a row, has he? He's done it now, or was it 6? He's done 5. I wonder if that pink goes will be a blessing, and it does seem that the pink does go. But, and symptomatic of the Rafiq's mindset, I think. He's frustrated. And has had that type of game, and he's been doing that this match. Can't string a break together. And Munir at the other end, at crucial times, making no mistake. Rafiq has a 39-point lead, but in the scheme of things, it's not a very big lead. Munir can get a break together, and the 39 points is not very much. There's still quite a few reds left on the table. And Munir very quickly on 9, potting this black. Will be 16. I think there's a bit of an error on the scoreboard. Should be 16. Overcutting this red, and only able to make a 16 break. And yes, there our scorers got it right. It's a 16 break. Look at Rafiq. What on earth did he attempt to do there, with the exception of the in-off? Hitting that ball at 100 miles an hour. If he didn't in-off, a red going up into park, I don't think he put much thought into it. And Munir showing a lot of maturity. He will take his chances, and he will steal this frame from Rafiq, make no doubt about it. Rafiq continues to play in that manner. Well, in all honesty, doesn't matter what Rafiq does now, because it's Munir at the table. And another quick fire 16 break on the cards for Munir. If he can get a nice position for the yellow, it could clear up and an excellent shot by Munir. And that's it, folks. Very quickly, 216 breaks, reduce the 39 deficit to 4 points only, and in a commanding position here. If he slots this yellow in, he would be on the green. And let me tell you, too much slide on that, he'll be too close, or he may just, I think he'll be able to pot it. He won't be able to get much movement on the white. Try and hit it deep. Small stun. Yes, he was too close to the green to get perfect position on the brown, but nonetheless 39 points adrift a few minutes ago, and finds himself leading by a solitary point. He has two options. I think Munir will, well, he only has one option, and that's to go for safety. I don't think he'll go for pot on this. He'll get the white behind the black, and he's run it just a tad short. Let's see Rafiq rushing to the table. Let's see if we can get that white behind the pink. Will he fluke that brown? He doesn't need a fluke, and yes, fantastic shot. Not a difficult escape for Munir, but it's not about the escape. He doesn't want to leave the brown ball up. Oh, Munir can actually hit sight of that brown. I thought he was snookered. Is Rafiq gonna get this white behind the black? Certainly from this vantage point, I think. This time he definitely got the snooker. Very tricky snooker. Munir's got to go off this left side rail. I don't think the swerve shot is an option. He's got to go off the left hand side rail. He could go off either side rail, but he has a choice. If he misses this, it could be a free ball. He does, and he will definitely leave a free ball on. A free ball exists where after a foul is committed, the player cannot see or hit both sides, or hit full ball and or both sides of the ball on. So in that case, the ball on was the brown, and Rafiq couldn't get to the brown on both sides. That would result in the free ball. Rafiq had an option then to take any other ball as a replacement for the brown, and it would score 4 points. So effectively there would have been 2 brown balls on the table, but he's opted for the foul and a miss, and asked the ref to replace the balls to its original position. Munir does come out of the snooker, knocks the brown in a safe-ish position, leaves the brown ball up for Rafiq. And what's going through Rafiq's mind now? Going for the spot would not be the correct shot, and sanity finally prevails from Rafiq and plays a fantastic shot. Good attempt at safety. I don't think he's got the snooker, but he needs the pink, the blue and pink to win this frame. He's only 7 points ahead. Munir looking to play the blue up and get in the white behind the black. He's just got it past the center pocket. Rafiq would probably go for a cross double, getting the white back with pace. Oh, he went for full on double. Good result. Wide and angle. He's just got it outside of the potting angle. So Or has he? What a fantastic cut by Munir Qasim. That was an exceptional cutback. Both players now requiring the pink and black. No, my apologies. I think Rafiq now, yes, Rafiq being 2 points ahead, only requires the pink. Munir requiring both balls to win this frame. Munir going for broke, attempting a high risk, difficult pot, and he seemed to have left the safe. Will Rafiq go for the right hand corner pocket, the green pocket as we know it? He did attempt it and gets it horribly wrong, and he missed that by some distance. But I think he's got rather fortunate in leaving this pink in a safe-ish position, bearing in mind that Munir needs the pink and black. So getting position on the black is not easy. And where does the white ball go? Misses the center pocket. Excellent pot from Munir, and I am certain that Munir would have a dip at this black. It requires a fine cut, gentle touch, because he'll get the white ball back into bulk, but he doesn't want it to stay in the pocket if he gets it wrong. He doesn't want it, yes, so he actually overcut the ball. He overcut it to come off the side rail and leave it in a safe position. And in the scheme of things, this is a vital frame for both players. For Munir, going 3-1 up, he's closer to winning the match than Rafiq would be, and Rafiq needs to level matters to still be in this match, or else this match will be out of his grasp, being 2 frames adrift. Where's the white ball going? Fortunately, doesn't enough. Munir going for a fine cut on the black, and he cut it too fine. Overcuts that black ball. Leaves Rafiq in not a very favorable position. He's white against the rail. Not the easiest of shots, and Rafiq pots it very well and gets himself back into the match. So Rafiq manages to level matters. That was a bit of a seesaw. Rafiq led by 39 points. Munir clawed himself back into the frame, and we had a black ball shootout effectively. Both players requiring a black ball to win. Munir going for gold, overcutting the black ball and sticking it up for Rafiq. And now it's 2 each. On the other match between Aiden Joseph and Adil Ahmed, we had a few close frames, mind you, but Aiden Joseph showing his putting ability on the snooker table. And he's known primarily as a pool player, and leads Adil Ahmed by 4 frames to 0, and that seems done and dusted. He's taken a phenomenal lead in a race to 5, and I don't think Adil would be able to come back into this match. But back to the one that is live on your screen at the moment, nicely poised at 2 frames apiece. And Rafiq overcuts that by some distance. So it seems that Munir will draw first blood in this frame. Does he get fortunate? Will that white ball come out of bulk? He doesn't. And as the saying goes, who plays next? Munir will roll him up against the brown. Not a difficult snooker, but it depends if, as I say that, is he going to hit that black? He fortunately for Rafiq just clips the brown before cannoning into the black ball. He didn't leave much on. There is one on the rail. Munir has had no difficulty in potting these this afternoon. He overcuts it. He overcuts it. This will be a test for Rafiq. He needs to compile a nice break. Not the easiest of blacks. He should just roll this in. He does that with ease. But I'm bewildered at Rafiq's choice of shots, because unless he's playing a cannon, is there one below the pack that goes? Oh yes, it is. He played for that. I didn't spot that. But not getting the perfect position. He's got a lot of distance between the white ball and the object ball. Makes the pot increasingly difficult. Unless I don't see anything like I didn't spot the previous red, but I don't believe he's got anything on. He's got a difficult pot up here. Oh, Rafiq losing position depending on his potting ability. And some may say fantastic shot, and some may argue that was a reckless shot. But he managed to pull it off, so all credit to Rafiq. The problem occurs when those reckless shots he doesn't pull it off and he sticks the opponent up as he did the last frame. But for the moment, he's not missing much. Takes his break to 21. There he seems to have pot with some control and vision of the next ball on, and let's see what he does with this red to get him on a color, get himself on a color. Now that's a lot more like it, with a bit of finesse, with intent on knowing where your cue ball is going to land. And if you can do that effectively, you can compile a nice break. And I think he's settled down now, got his white ball back under control, takes his break to 31 points. Unfortunately, the blue and pink out of commission. He's got to get one of them on the spot, and it's not going to be easy. And as Rafiq just gets to a point where he can put a nice break together, he breaks down. Nonetheless, a effective 31 points. So he gets himself in the lead in this fifth frame. Munir with a lovely draw shot on the white ball. Has he drawn it enough? I don't think so. He's got to opt for safety now. That's a good safety. Rafiq can see a couple reds. He's got the one on the cushion here, tight against the cushion. Well, you can see the pair of reds just above the black. He needs to meander between the red and black off the side rail to get safety. He does not want to hit the pink. My goodness. I think our viewers at home would agree with me. We all thought he would go for safety, and he opted to go for pot. And I think he's gotten away with it. Not a very easy pot up for Munir. He's got to do a fine cutback on this red. He's done it before and he pulls it off again. And I think Munir is going to put him in trouble. Munir is going to either play the blue to leave him behind the brown, or play possibly the brown and leave him tight behind the blue. Wow, and Munir didn't take his opportunity. He could have had Rafiq in a tight snooker. Rafiq approaching this frame very carelessly, I dare say. Nonchalant attitude in this frame may cost him this frame. Rafiq opting for safety, should I say surprisingly. That was a correct shot. He had nothing else on. Munir would return a safety here. And he does so effectively. What is the dragon gonna do now? I see steam from his nostrils. Yes, and he went for a dip on that red. And in saying that, he got it wrong by quite a distance. But I was interested to see him pot it to understand which color he would have been playing for. And Rafiq perhaps getting a bit impatient. And this, as we've said many times before, is a game of patience. You need to wait for opportunity. You should not be getting frustrated. It's very much a mental game as it is a physical game with expertise. You need strong mental fortitude to get the best out of your game. And here's an example. There's not much on. Surprised by the shot that Munir had played. I thought he could have got his white ball a bit higher up the table. Now we have a huge cluster of reds with the black tied up as well. Rafiq with an odd safety. Well, yeah, he's caught that too thick. And that's why I said an odd safety option. He's got a cluster of reds that he could easily have nicked and get back into bulk, opening that cluster of reds, and he's gone for the solitary red and catching it too thick. It may not be on. And he's got fortune. He's quite fortunate there. Dragon not blowing any fire at the moment. But in saying that, he does have a lead in this frame. Credit to him. He's made a cameo 31 break, and it's proving to be a good break. He still leads by 23 points in this frame, so maybe he feels that he has the license to let his arm go a bit. It's going to be very difficult to score from here with his reds in the cluster. The black is out in the open. And as players start playing safety, they nick the reds and bring more reds into play. So I wonder if Rafik is going for the pot on this. It does look that way. Does he fluke a red? He does. I was about to say another reckless shot by Rafik, but this is a game of snooker. It pays off. He's got a sitter of a brown ball. He rolls that in, and that fluke may be costly for Munir. And Rafik doesn't capitalize on his fluke. It's very straight black and easier black. I wonder if Rafik is losing a bit of concentration. 29 points ahead is not much. On the other table, we've seen Aiden Joseph win his match 5-0. He was absolutely emphatic in his 5-0 victory. A good fight by Deal. There were one or two tight frames, but by and large, total dominance by Aiden Joseph. For those pool players out there, Aiden is arguably one of the most talented pool players in our country at the moment, and not a lot of you may know this, but Aiden started off his trade on a snooker table in Free State. He was a prodigy, and Sam Lowe, he played in Lowe's Billiards. The late Mr. Sam Lowe took him under his wing, had a coach for him, and Aiden did represent South Africa at the IBSF Under-21 World Championships. So no stranger to the snooker table. Started off playing snooker and then probably enjoyed pool a lot more. And I can see why he has, because he's an absolute potting machine, PlayStation pool. They call him Mr. PlayStation for obvious reasons. But congratulations to Aiden, going through to the quarterfinals. Yeah, we have Fakhri at the 7 o'clock session against Adi Lume, two Central Gauteng boys. Munir getting back to reducing the deficit with a quick fire 16 points. And now only 13 points adrift with 35 points available on the table. Munir going for a very difficult pot, but I think he figured if he missed, he wouldn't leave much on. The very acute angle for pot into the center pocket. Rafiq should play a safety and leave the white behind the pink. And he does just that. White behind the pink, red across the table. A very clever shot, but I wonder if he's got it. Can Munir see the edge of that red ball? He can't. He's well out, Mr. Kesem. Very well out. And Rafiq would pot this now and attempt to take the lead in this match. Rafiq just needs this yellow. No, he needs a lot more. He's only on a 5 break, 18 points ahead. So he needs the brown as well. And he pulls out Mr. Lefty. So Rafiq, ambidextrous, can play with both the left and right. And so there's brown ball for the frame. Does he fluke it? And a horrible fluke into the opposite center pocket. Proceeds to pot the blue ball to seal the frame and take a lead of 3-2 in this match of best of 5. And Munir now trailing by 1 frame. So here we are, live from the Bullion Room at Gold Reef City. As I've said before, if you're in the area, make your way through to Gold Reef City and watch some exciting snooker. We thank Gold Reef City for the sponsorships, My Day Juice for keeping our players hydrated, and commentators and our referees as well. And to Basil's Billiards and the Q Master team for a beautiful setup in the venue. And we're coming to you live from 360 Sport, our streaming partner. We have the last of our last 16 matches on this evening. We have 2 matches on at 7 o'clock, so please tune in on 360 Sport. There will be 2 matches streamed live to determine our final 8 in this epic battle to be crowned the Gold Reef City Pro Snooker Champion for 2022. Munir with a very unorthodox break. Well, I can tell you it's not unorthodox. It was just he didn't break well enough. You could see on his face that wasn't his intention to break that way, but got away with it. Rafiq 3-2 up. He's got his tail wagging a bit. And if it gets going, it's going to be difficult for Munir to level matters here. The black does spot. closest to his spot. Does it? Is the pink spot available? No, the yellow. So if the spot is taken up, you take it to the next highest available spot. All the spots are taken up. Only spot that is free is the yellow, so the black would be spotted on the yellow spot. And Rafik played an excellent shot to get back onto the black. Put the black back on his spot, pulling out Mr. Lefty again. Not too shabby in potting. But here again, he hasn't really played for anything. Probably tried to get back into pack. He didn't have the angle, and his position is letting him down. Went for a pot, a shot to nothing. Not much damage. Munir would have no choice but to clip this red and run into bulk for safety. Rafik missing the red by some distance, but he had license to go for it. Drew his white ball into a safe position. Munir doesn't have a pot on. He's looking at the two reds touching each other here on the side of the black. He may opt for that, but the plant will take that red towards the pocket. He doesn't want that. Opting for the... Oh, he's played it very well. Very high risk shot that white ball could have easily offed into the left corner pocket, but well done. Rafik attempting a cutback on the red into the blind pocket, as we call it. Munir may fancy his chances here, rolling this red along the rail and holding for the blue, and just missed it. Sanity prevailed with Rafik, and he goes for safety. We'll probably have a bit of a safety battle unless a red pops out. This is the one that Munir turned down earlier. Not much escape for Rafik. Don't think he has much escape. He may just roll into the pack, or would he? He doesn't have much escape. He's trying to find a way out. The one on the side. Oh, he just nicked it. Good eyesight by Rafik. Because if he hit that any thicker, he would have found the white ball in the corner pocket. We see the twitch again with Munir. After he hit the white, he had a bit of a shimmy. You gotta remain dead still. He's every now and again still hitting across that white. We have approximately 45 minutes left for the duration of this match. And this frame is absolutely crucial. Munir needs to level matters. He doesn't want to find himself 2 frames adrift. There may not be enough time for him to get back, so he'll be patient. He'll wait for his chances. He needs to get back in this frame. He does go for cutback. He hasn't missed one this afternoon, but unfortunately he's missed the one now, and Rafiq will waste no time in punishing Munir for that miss right now. Takes his break to 5. Very odd choice of shot. I thought he would have played for the one of the bulk or the blue. He's just overhit that. He slammed that into the corner pocket. Now left himself in no man's land, searching for color. He does have the blue, pardon me, the green, but it could have been much easier if he just controlled that white a little bit better. Just wary of the red on the side rail. If he touches that, it will be called a foul, and that's exactly what it is. Not getting position on the object ball or the ball on, and making life difficult for yourself. And he's only managed to make a 6 break. Left Munir up, and although Rafiq is 22 points up, Munir now gets his name on the scoreboard, takes his time, wants pinpoint accuracy in this break. He's trying to conjure up, and at the first attempt he's not happy with that position. Goes for a heroic shot and beautiful pot. Munir, what an exceptional pot. He did realize if he pulls that off, it will be a fantastic pot. Leave himself on the black, but if he had missed it, he wouldn't have left much up for Rafiq. But what a superb pot by Munir. Rushed that one a bit. The black wanted a better kiss of the red. I think the red below the pack does go, but he wanted a better option to continue his break. He's just managed 16 for the moment. It's going for a cutback on this red. A very, very tough shot. Very tough shot. Requires a very fine cut and doesn't cut it enough, and that's the end of his break. But I think he went for that knowing that he'll get his white ball in a safe position, and reduces his deficit to only 6 points. Rafiq will go for dip, slam this one into the corner pocket. Wow, Rafiq showing us what he's capable of. This man is a prolific potter. We haven't seen much of break building today. He spotted some phenomenal balls, but unfortunately not able to control the white as much as he'd love to. He's losing his white and not able to get a nice break going. Tremendous cue power. Potted that ball effortlessly. Screwed it back on the black. He wanted to go into the pack here. And in attempting to do that, he dislodged one red but missed the pot. And for starters, has handed Munir a very easy 8-point opener by taking the red and the black. Not much work for Munir to do here. Munir gave himself an angle. He may have just run a bit short. He's got the fine angle to get into the pack. Just a bit short, missing the entire pack. I thought he was just a bit short. Didn't have the finest of angles to get the natural, get the white with the natural angle into that cluster of reds. He was always going to be running away. Sensibly taking his 8 points, opting for safety. And what do you guys think the Dragon will do here? He'll certainly go for the spot. He's not going to turn down an opportunity like that. Does he get away with it? Yes, he does. Definitely Rafiq getting a bit of the rub of the green. Flicked a few balls, but that's part of the game. Munir had very little choice but to go for the safety. Rafiq seems to be returning a safety. He needs a fine cut, or else he'll find the white in the corner pocket and executes it with perfection. There's Munir with that arm, hitting across the white ball, a shake of the head. The moment his arm goes, he's not cueing straight, he's hitting across the white ball. And where he had a easy safety option is left Rafiq up. And if Rafiq can compile a small break here, Munir would find himself in a lot of trouble. Lovely sides used by Rafiq to get the side to kick off the black cushion on the other side of the black. Beautiful, confident pot. Here again, I am at a loss for words. He could have brought the white ball much higher. I am speechless. He's just managed to get 16-16 and potting 4 balls. Bit of lapse of concentration perhaps. He could have got that white ball a lot higher to position himself on the next red. And there is a perfect example of Munir not cueing straight, and the result is obvious. And when Munir does, he's very deadly. But turning over position to Rafiq. Rafiq is going to fluke this one easy. And shake overhead. It's part of the game. Flukes count, as they say. Some players are a lot more fortunate than others for some unknown reason, but you got to take it as it comes. And Rafiq there, almost apologetic for the fluke, concedes possession, concedes the table to Munir, and you can't do that. Flukes happen. You've got to continue with the break and get it out of your mind. And Munir in with a good opportunity here. 25 points adrift. With this black, still there are still 50 points available on this table. I can't believe Munir had missed this. I think he's not happy about something. It was a relatively easy red, easy black. I can just see his cue wagging in the background. Something must have caught his eye that he's unhappy with. Rafiq flukes yet another ball, and with that fluke, oh Lord, Rafiq was 31 points ahead. Let's see, 25 points ahead. 31. He was 31 points ahead after he fluked that red, which meant that Munir required snookers. Played a reckless pink in off the white, and a penalty 6 points was awarded to Munir. Munir now only 25 points behind with 27 points available on the table. Rafiq had this frame all but wrapped up and conceded a very, very silly foul. He seems to be reckless. Every time he flukes a ball as an apology, he seems to leave the opponent on. You can't do that. In snooker, you've got to take them as they come. And it's far from over. Munir 23 points behind with 25 points available on the table. He's got to go from the green to the brown to the blue, pink and black. Munir going for the cut. He's done that very well early on in this match, but overcuts it again. And he put Rafiq into snooker. Not a very difficult one. Very easy for Rafiq to come out, but where has he left this green? Has he left it in? Yeah, he's got it. He's got a snooker. He's certainly getting the run of the balls here. And Munir couldn't see the potting angle, hit what he could see. And a small chirp there by Munir to Rafiq, probably saying, you're getting the luck, you're getting the rub of the green. The balls are running for you, but that's the way this game goes. The apologies for the scoreboard, they put the 3 points up on the incorrect side. That 3 should go to Rafiq Lambada. So Rafiq should be 26 points ahead. He was 23 ahead with 25 on the table. He should be 26 points ahead. They've corrected it now. Thank you, technical staff. And Munir getting a fluke of his own. But unfortunately for him, stuck on that pink, queuing over the pink, making the pot on this blue extremely difficult. If he pulls this off, he could have... Oh, wow. apologies. He does need snooker, so that fluke didn't really count much in his favor. He really didn't want to pot that. The brown ball, fine cut, overcut by Rafiq to the corner pocket. Difference now 22 points with 18 remaining on the table. Very difficult to snooker now. He's got to get the blue or the white behind the black, and that's the only position available. And with the black so close to the cushion, it's not going to be easy. And Rafiq should not be playing any reckless shots to dislodge that pink or black. He will go for the cut here. Well, one may debate whether, with this match on a time limit of 2.5 hours or 25 minutes remaining, excuse me, and Rafiq dislodges the black, that's something he should never have done. Is Munir wasting time in attempting to get a snooker? But he only requires one snooker. If he pulls it out with the with the pink in the position that it is, he may win this frame. And he almost gets it, and the white just pops out from the other side. And if he had gotten that snooker, still everything to play for. Fine cut, deft touch, and that would be the frame to Rafiq. And he leads 4-2 in this race to 5. It's going to be a tough ask for Munir to get back into this match with only 25 minutes remaining. On average, a snooker frame would take you in the region of 20 minutes. And some of the games and some of the frames that we've seen here have run into half an hour and 45 minutes with some of our a bit slower players, and especially where the players aren't making breaks and have a long safety battle. So Munir finds himself with his back against the wall with 2 frames adrift, and it seems unlikely that he will be able to get his way back into this match. Welcome to Central Gauteng, boys. I see them up here in the balcony area supporting the pro snooker. Welcome Adil, Muhammad Adil, Ahmed, Rodney is there as well, and a few other guys out of my line of sight. Nice to see you guys coming to the venue and watching some live snooker. Thank you to the rest of the players around the country, our friends from the Western Cape, KZN. See other players also logging on to the live stream. I hope you're enjoying the spectacle of snooker, proudly sponsored by Gold Reef City. So in our other matchup that we had at 4 o'clock, Aiden Joseph defeating Adil Ahmed by 5 frames to 0. There were only a couple close frames. Adil could get his register 1 frame, but Aiden proving to be too clinical, and he's really showing that he's a potting machine, and now taken up more of his talents onto the pool table. He's arguably South Africa's best pool player, but showing that he's got what it takes on the snooker table, and taking out some experienced snooker guys in the process and booking himself a place in the quarterfinals. Munir fluking a red ball and with not much benefit, because he doesn't find himself on a color that he can pot. So he needs to take a leaf out of Rafiq's book. You need to know when to fluke to maximize your opportunity, and I'm only kidding, because flukes do happen. And Rafiq starting off in the same fashion that he did in all the frames, mind you, going for broke. I wonder if Munir had sighted there's a red in the left corner pocket on the top of your screen. I don't think he looked at it, and I think he had a clear path to pot that red. Rafiq having a squiz. Brown is blocking it, but he has a red lying in the corner pocket. Held the white beautifully onto the black. Wow. And undercuts the black, which seemed like an academic pot. Munir figures he can squeeze that red through there, and he certainly can. Hits too much of the black. These pockets are a bit tighter than one would originally think. At first sight, you've got to be so accurate. Rafiq playing a lot of check side on that white to keep his white close to the cushion to get position on the black, and he does that effectively. I would love to see Rafiq compile a nice break here. We all know he's very capable, and we haven't seen many high breaks in this tournament thus far. Well, we haven't seen a century, but I'm sure they'll be coming very soon. There are a few phenomenal break builders still left in this tournament. Rafiq records an 11 break. Puts Munir in a safe position. And Munir certainly wants to get on with it. He doesn't want to get into a safety battle, and Rafiq seems like he wants to get done with it as well, but he should be careful. He's 2 frames ahead. He has no reason to chase the game. That's Munir's responsibility, but Rafiq will stick to his guns and play his normal game. He's a very aggressive player, very attacking player, and if there's a ball on, Rafiq will go for it. In that instance, I'm surprised he missed a relatively easy pot. And Munir with his shoulders down, his head sunk into his shoulders, looking very despondent. That previous frame was very crucial in determining the winner of this match. 16 minutes left, and that's not enough time for Munir to claw his way back into this frame. If he can win this, he's got to be a quick fire break and rushing, and it's all but done for Mr. Casimir. I think Rafiq senses that he's won this match. There isn't sufficient time remaining for Munir to recover the deficit of 2 frames. Munir is still going to have a go at it. Going for a fine cut on this black. If he pots it, it will be a shot off this match. And he does. Pots an excellent black. You may feel there's a break left in this match for him. And he ran in between. Oh, he's got the brown in the center pocket. I thought he may have misjudged that. Where's the white going? The white is safe. And Munir may end off in a flurry here and compile a nice break. And I think he's deserving of that. He played a good match, and as luck would have it, he misses the pot, cannons off the other red, and goes in off. So he hasn't had the run of the balls in this match. And sometimes that happens, and unfortunately, yeah, he's gotten a bit unlucky, but taking nothing away from Rafiq. And both these players are capable of a lot better snooker. We've seen glimpses of that in their breaks, and both of them broke down in very, very crucial stages of their breaks, where they could go on to make a 50 and perhaps the 70s or 80s. Rafiq taking his break to 10 points. The pink cannot spot. It will go to the next available highest spot, which is a green spot. Pulls out Mr. Lefty, and he pots very well with his left hand. Let's see if he can get good position and pot this black and finish off with a nice break. And spotted a good black. Half decent position on this, on the red. It's not too shabby. Should pot this with ease. And ends with an 18 break. He singled something to the referee. I don't know what it was. Munir didn't have full sight of that red. He had to remove it from the pocket. Rafiq will attempt a double here. He does that, and he doubles the ball at 100 miles an hour. Play the black, hold it for the red on the cushion. He does that well enough. He wants to be a little bit wider. Goes for the red in the center pocket. And now just a few exhibition shots. He knows he's won this match. He's going to be slamming a few in. Mr. Lefty comes out. Goes for the Back cut, I think. Munir would just be trying to take this last frame for a bit of pride. There's no shame. I think he's had moments of good potting, and early stage of a game he was certainly the better potter, and just broke down at crucial moments, as I said before. And in all honesty, you need a bit of luck in this game, a bit of a kiss here and there to get you on the right side of the ball, and Munir hasn't had much of that, but he's represented very well. I think he spotted some good balls in early stages of this game. I think Munir would want to end off the session by clearing the table. It's only 11 minutes left in this match. Unless Munir has plans of making a quick fire century, if you can finish off this frame and get the score to 4-3, there we have it. 9 minutes and 25 seconds left. I think he did attempt to do that. Still 9 points adrift. And Rafiq now just needs the blue ball to win this encounter 5-2. Munir requires all three to win this frame, and he's having a full go at it, quite rightly so. Doesn't get the pink, probably stick this pink up for Rafiq, and I think with Rafiq won't be missing this pink, and we'd see the end of this match. I wonder if Rafiq is looking at the clock and thinks that he has to play that 5 minutes out instead of potting the pink because he missed that by a country mile. Go for this cut. He's playing aside. He's taken the white into the center pocket. A little bit harder. Is Rafiq? Yes. I think he wants Munir to take this frame to make it 4-3, knowing that Munir doesn't have a chance to recover the deficit. And Munir does take it, and the score now is 4-3, and we certainly won't have enough time to complete this frame. We only have about 8 minutes left, 7 to 8 minutes left, so I think that will be the end of the match. However, Munir is the sportsman that he is. He will continue to play until the ref calls the match. Rafiq also is very good at fitting tips. He's very good with his cues. He If you need your tips fitted, cues cleaned, advice on what specific tip to use, the game that you play, he would advise you accordingly. You can get him on Facebook and he'll be more than willing to help you. He's coached many students across the country, and he is Snooker and Billiards South Africa head coach. Munir passed the pack on the opening visit. He needs a quick fire 5 minutes. Munir will attempt to try and finish it up, but it's a very, very tall order. With Rafiq with the first points on the board. Let's see, Rafiq is not lazy. He should take this red hanging over the right corner pocket. And he does that. Because that would render him nicely on the black. When he's done that, can he finish off with a small cameo and give the viewers a little break to marvel at? Too wide. It's overcut that. And ends off on a break of 12 points. I'm missing the break. I'm missing the black, sorry. And he knows it's all but done. And they'll play out the last 5 minutes, which will see Rafiq book his place into the quarterfinals of this Gold Reef City Pro Snooker Championship. A total prize fund of 250,000, and Rafiq will get his share of that. Wow, Rafiq is just playing a few exhibition shots, putting a lot of side on that white. And where's that white ball? The white ball is safe, and Rafiq has got nothing to lose here, so just spotting a few balls for entertainment value. Well, 4 balls at a time for entertainment value, I might add. He's been consistent with spotting 4 balls, and I'm being a bit ugly, but unfortunately neither of the two players could construct a decent break, because they're both very well capable of doing so, and we would have expected them to make a break. Munir also going and showing Rafiq, well, I can pot as well, and he certainly can, albeit a bit too little, too late. There we go. It's a potting frenzy now. No position, but does it really matter? Munir going for an brilliant pot. He's also showing off his potting skills here now in the closing stages of this game. Not to be upstaged by Rafiq. Munir is going toe-to-toe with his potting. Another brilliant pot and soft roll. He slammed one into the one corner, rolled another into the other corner, and slammed another one into that same corner, and showing Rafiq that, wait a minute, you want to go potting, I can go toe to toe with you. And Munir can. Wow, just overcutting that a bit. Here we go. Let's get that white ball dancing around the table. Rafiq chirping the ref, and I read lips very well. He said to the ref, can you spot the balls a bit faster, please? And the concession comes by Munir. Time is up, and Rafiq comes out successful in this last 16 encounter and booking his place into the quarterfinals by defeating Munir 4-3. Thank you all for our listeners and our people streaming in. Join us again at 7 o'clock. We got our last 2 matches taking place, and we will see who will the last 8 be. Join us at 7 o'clock this evening. Thank you very much for watching, and God bless.